Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. 8 contractors face possible Malaysia Competition Commission fines for alleged bid rigging in 2019 in respect of 2 tenders of the Public Works Department and 1 tender of the Department of Drainage and Irrigation. In a statement, Chairman Datuk Sri Shamsuddin Yunus said the Commission on April 16th made a proposed decision against the 8 enterprises for infringing Section 4 of the Competition Act 2010. He said the 3 tenders were worth about 473 million in the provision of services for construction works for roads, pavements, bridges and flood mitigation systems. Muhammad Hishamuddin said the proposed decision was duly served on all 8 enterprises on Monday. He said 6 enterprises, namely Duta Mesra Bina, IDX Multi Resources, Mangku Bumi, Menang Idaman, Meranti Budiman and Pintas Utama are implicated in all 3 tenders. 1 enterprise, NYL Corporation, is implicated in both JKR tenders. Another, Kiara Kilat, is implicated in one of the 2 JKR tenders. Muhammad Hishamuddin said the investigation provisionally found that these enterprises had colluded in bid rigging through information sharing and coordination in their participation in the tenders. He said the findings are provisional and should not be assumed that any enterprise had conclusively infringed the Competition Act 2010 at this stage. The enterprises are accorded the opportunity to submit their respective written representations within 30 days after receiving the proposed decision. Capital A's unit, AirAsia Consulting, is still in the pre-qualification stage for the acquisition of national carrier SriLankan Airlines. However, AirAsia Consulting has yet to submit any price bid since due diligence has not been carried out, its CEO Subhashini Silvadas told The Edge on Tuesday. Silvadas said it is involved in the request for qualification process for SriLankan Airlines. Silvadas explains that while they are bound by confidentiality obligations and unable to disclose specific details, AirAsia Consulting looks forward to further engagement with the International Finance Corporation, which is mandated to advise the government on the divestiture of SriLankan Airlines and the government of Sri Lanka. Reuters reported on Monday that the AirAsia Group is among 6 bidders for Sri Lanka's state-run carrier, as the island nation looks to reduce losses incurred by government-owned enterprises under a $2.9 billion International Monetary Fund program. AirAsia Consulting, soon to be named Capital A Consultancy, specializes in reviewing airline partnerships, franchise opportunities, and offering consultancy services to airlines globally. Topmix, a surface decorative company, expects its expansion in the northern region of Peninsular Malaysia to boost its earnings growth. In particular, Penang has seen an influx of foreign investors, leading to higher income levels and rapid development of housing and commercial projects, which all bode well for Topmix's expansion plans, said Managing Director Teo Kwek Siang. Topmix mainly sells so-called high-pressure laminate products used in kitchen and office cabinets, as finishing under its own brand, as well as in collaboration with third-party decor paper suppliers. Some of Topmix's commercial projects include supplying materials for furniture retailer Harvey Norman, providing cash counters for hardware store Mr. DIY, as well as for fashion apparel HLA, among others. Shares of Topmix surged 32% on its Ace Market debut, opening at 41 cent versus its listing price of 31 cent. It managed to climb as high as 45.5 cent, but didn't manage to hold on to its gains, eventually settling at 42 cent. It was the second most actively traded stock on the bourse today, with over 124 million shares transacted. Topmix raised 31.7 million from its listing, which will be used for expansion, marketing and sales initiatives, with the lion's share for working capital. Topmix generates nearly 100% of its revenue from the domestic market, with less than a percentage of sales coming from Indonesia, Singapore, Sri Lanka and the Philippines. Teo says that efforts to expand further into countries will be conducted soon, saying that it's a matter of timing. Construction and engineering contractor Crest Builder Holdings said it has secured a condominium project valued at 486 million in Mt Kiara. The contract period is 41 months from May 2nd, according to Crest Builder in a BOS filing. Last month, the group secured a 448.5 million contract for the Sunway Velocity 3 commercial development in Kuala Lumpur, awarded by Sunway Velocity 3. The Yong family is Crest Builder's largest shareholder, with a 43.23% stake via their private vehicle SC Yong Holdings. The group was founded by the late Yong Sun Chow. His son, Yong Shangming, is currently the group's MD, while his spouse, Koh Hua Lan, is an executive director. On the financial front, the group's performance has been lackluster since FY 2020. For FY 2023, Crest Builder saw its net loss swelling to 38.95 million from 14.95 million for the previous year, dragged by impairment losses on receivables and contract assets. This was despite revenue climbing 47% to 508.6 million from 346 million on the back of revenue from the construction and property development divisions. Gadang Holdings said it will appeal to the Economic Planning Unit for a waiver of the Bumiputra equity requirement to facilitate its acquisition of a 21.08-acre land in Kuasa Damansara. In a boss filing on Tuesday, the builder-cum-property developer said EPO had on Monday rejected its proposed acquisition as it did not meet the 30% Bumiputra equity ownership requirement. The group added that the purchaser will be submitting an appeal to EPU to waive the Bumiputra equity requirement. Gadang had in November 2023 entered into an agreement with Kuasa Development 3 to acquire the land in Kuasa Damansara for 114.78 million or 125 ringgit per square feet to be developed into a residential project. Kuasa Land, the master developer of the Kuasa Damansara Township and partner of KD3, had awarded the development rights of the plot known as R31 to Gadang in 2017. A sum of 76.4 million has already been paid by Gadang to KD3 as part of a development rights agreement entered into by the two parties in 2017. The remaining 38.38 million of the purchase price has yet to be paid pending the outstanding EPU approval, Gadang said in an earlier filing on April 1st. Subsequently, KD3 had granted Gadang an extension of time of 1 month to pay the balance purchase price with a late payment interest of 7% per annum.